Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. As Kenyans are grappling with the real issues to do with the economy and the high cost of living, William Ruto moved with speed and instructed the Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki to declare that Monday, the 13th of November, will be a holiday. And in this holiday, they note that Kenyans will be expected to plant trees. That this government is so serious about planting trees to the extent that they have to dedicate a special day for it. On the face value, it sounds and looks very palatable. But we are dealing with a very cunning administration. And many Kenyans are asking, what exactly is happening? Because anytime you see the Kenya Kwanza government dedicated to something, channeling their energy towards a cause, then two things must be happening. One, they have seen some money somewhere that they are targeting. Number two, it could be a ploy to dissuade people from the real issues that they are facing. And so many people are asking, what is behind this unexpected move? Because in the history of our nation, we have never put down tools and closed offices in dedication to planting trees. Of course, sometimes back during the Moi era, people used to plant trees. Moi used to be very committed to preserving the environment. And I remember many a times Moi would take part in trying to build gabions, prevent gully erosions. But this one of William Ruto is very fishy and people read mischief in it. Now, if you think I'm the only person who is reading mischief, I want us to look at two great men who are also reading mischief. Nguni Mutahi is asking William Ruto what is happening. And this is what Nguni Mutahi said. Nguni is saying, this government does not add up. I don't understand why November 13th is a public holiday. Is there something they know that we do not know? On the 13th weekend, Kenyans will drink beer like El Nino. No money to buy trees. Is the plot to get us drunk, and why? So that is Nguni Mutahi. But Ezekiel Buzeki, I think this is the man who contested for the Uasin Gishu governor twice, I think, and he didn't get a chance to be elected. Ezekiel is asking, and this is his comment, that UDA approved the cutting of trees recently, and now they are going ahead to gazette a holiday for tree planting. And he says, lack of adequate sleep can compromise the quality of decision making. This holiday ni kama kusafisha kuku mguu, itakanyaga mchanga immediately. So those are the sentiments, because on one side, people feel that William Ruto has never been committed to preserving the environment when it comes to planting trees. Because you all know about 15 years ago, I remember when Raila Amolo Odinga came out in the open and said that people who occupied the Mau forest were to be evicted. That was in the coalition government between Mwai Kibaki and Raila Amolo Odinga. William Ruto came out and confronted Raila, telling the Kalenjin nation that after they had elected Raila, they had voted for Raila, Raila turned their back on them, and he wanted them to be evicted from Mau Forest. I remember Raila saying that if it meant costing him his presidency, then so be it, because Raila was really committed to preserving the environment. And I think later, during the Uhuru regime, persons who lived there were evicted, and that is how we saw very many rivers that get their water from the Mau forest sprang out, and the country was green as a result of the commitment from certain leaders. And recently, as Ezekiel is saying, that recently the UDA government allowed cutting down of trees. And I remember there was an uproar for the environmentalists that people are taking advantage and there is unnecessary logging. So for William Ruto to make a U-turn that he's committing a whole day for planting of trees, then people are reading a lot of mischief. In this video, I want us to look at exactly behind William Ruto's declaration of this very opaque holiday. Kindly subscribe to our channel if you're watching us for the first time, and click the notification bell. Don't forget to like and share our videos. And as always, our esteemed supporters, the subscribers, and all those who support this channel in one way or the other, I want to say thank you for your continued support. Although it is very cold in Nairobi, I won't mind some coffee. Now, did you know that on 13th November, the whole world will be celebrating what we call World Kindness Day? And in some quarters, they will be celebrating World Orphans Day. And so I think William Ruto is a very crafty man. He knew very well that as people gear to celebrate this Kindness Day, he wanted to show the whole world, and when I mean the whole world, the international community, the West, that he is celebrating this day by planting trees. Somehow he is kind to the environment. And I think that is one thing he's trying to do. And that is why they chose 13th of November, not any other day. The choice of that day is very significant. Now he's also trying to show the international community. You know, he has championed himself as a person who is committed to climatic change. And when you see him talking to in a world climatic forum, in those summits, you will see you will see William Ruto giving some keynote speech as an African president who is committed to preserving the environment. And when he does this, he wants to accompany it with actions. And this is going to be watched. I know CNN and all the international media are now watching Ruto, because Ruto has done something that not very many people have done. He had set his sight on the biggest prize. There is money in that kitty when you commit yourself to preserving the environment, ensuring that you plant trees, you talk about clean energy. So he's doing this so that the international community will look at Ruto and they will say, this African president is really very serious about commitment to preserving the environment. And so in the next few months, and you mark this date, William Ruto is going to receive some money in terms of dollars to preserve the environment, to ensure that we plant more trees. And that is his main target. And you can trust me on this. I want to give you an example. Recently, William Ruto has been traveling outside the country, and very many experts have been questioning the travels, those journeys that he makes. And people are saying that they are not viable because there isn't any economic value. Now, recently, a certain body voted for Nairobi to be the best city to travel and find out what is happening. They ranked Nairobi as the best city, beating Paris in France and all those other cities. And all the Kenya Kwanza bloggers, if you look at what Dennis Itubi is saying, he's saying that William Ruto's numerous traveling abroad has really made Kenya to stand out. And William Ruto knew what he was doing. So by trying to plant trees, he's trying to stand out, and Kenya will soon be getting money. There is money that this government wants. Whether this money is really helping Kenyans is something that we need to question. And the reason I'm questioning, there was a time when the first lady of USA, the wife to Joe Biden, came to the country, and William Ruto received some billions of shillings to try and fight drought. But then I realized that drought was still ravaging and animals were dying, rivers were drying, and those nomadic pastoralists were still fighting in search of pasture and water, and I don't know where this money was channeled. So we will get money. Whether this money will help us is something that we don't know. Number two, William Ruto is trying to endear himself to the NGOs. For example, we have the United Nations Environmental Program, UNEP. This is a body that is committed to preserving the environment, looking at population, things like forest and all that, climate change. And William Ruto is trying to endear himself to these people. And again, it is because there is money. Very soon, you will see some of these NGOs coming to Kenya. They want to set up their offices. They want to inquire what is happening. They will be applauding William Ruto as a man who is committed to preserving the environment. And that is exactly what he's doing. It is money, nothing else. Number three, it is about dissuading people from the real issues. The real issue that Kenyans are talking about is about the cost of living and the skyrocketing prices of fuel products. We have said this over and over, that the biggest blow to William Ruto has been the fact that Kenyans scrutinized and realized that as they were preparing Kenyans to anticipate increment of fuel products in Tanzania, they were reducing their prices. And in Uganda, they had stopped buying fuel from Kenya. So William Ruto understands very well that this is a thorn in the flesh. And many a times governments know how to dissuade people. They just bring in a topic, something will be done, because it is very unfortunate for them that Raila is outside the picture. Raila has given them time to fix the economy, as they said, because they continued reminding Kenyans that it was Raila who was disturbing them, who was being a stumbling block to stabilizing the economy. So Raila and Uhuru are not there. They have to look for something tangible to tell Kenyans. The blame games not working. They still perpetuate it that they inherited a dilapidated economy, but it's still not working. So I think they're looking for something. When they declare a holiday, at least people will start talking about the holiday. But it's too bad for them. Too little, too late, because Kenyans have fixed their mind on the real issue. And that is the reason why yesterday they came out asking the government why they are not reducing the prices of fuel. That is why they were, they chased Churchill for telling people that because of the war between the Israel and Hamas, things will get worse. And so they are doing this to ensure that we forget, but Kenyans will never forget. So ladies and gentlemen, all this declaration, opaque declaration of a holiday, is meant to dissuade us and to target some money. And trust me, that money is going to come, because William Ruto, of course, is the darling and an apple of the eye to the international community. I don't know what you think, but that is my take.